Welcome to Elemental Fun, a historical and cultural look of the elements of the periodic table. Hello and welcome to Elemental Fun. My name is Grace.
My name is Cindy.
And we are here to talk about a couple of different elements.
The rest of the platinum group.
Yes, besides platinum.
Right. Well, yes. That's because it's so special. It gets its own.
Yeah.
But last week we did iridium and osmium, which was the other part. So now we're going to do rhodium, rutherium, and palladium.
Yes.
Palladium.
Palladium?
Palladium. Palladium.
Yeah, it's not palladium.
I know.
Palladium.
I like palladium. I like palladium better.
Sounds like a platypus. My favorite animal. I wrote a report on a platypus, and I won an award for it. You had to write about your favorite animal, and I wrote about a platypus. I got a giant Pumbaa doll in the mail because I got third place in a favorite animal competition.
Okay, so they didn't, but they should have sent you a platypus.
Well, it was a Lion King themed thing. I kind of was bummed though because like first place was like tickets for 4 to go to the San Diego Zoo.
Ooh, San Diego Zoo is very awesome.
Yeah, and then the second place was a $100 gift card to Toys R Us. And
the third place was animal. That's lame. That's like, you know what?
Hey, but I won.
That's true. I helped my sister babysit some twins for like a weekend. I remember we stayed at like a hotel or something, so I was helping her. So so she got paid, and then the lady paid me in $100 of shredded money.
What?
Yeah, that's the thing you can buy. Apparently, she's shredded money. It's like real shredded money, and you can buy it. And then that's what she gave me. She gave me $100.
That is the lamest thing. That's just kind of like a slap in the face. Like, here's money. Just kidding. Can't use it, sucker.
Like, I was like, why would you buy this?
That's not funny.
No,
that's
pretty bad. So I was like, screw that. I'm not gonna help you babysit no more.
You should have sent her one of those glitter bombs. If they existed back then.
Here's what I think of your $100.
The ones with the fans in them. So
or
even just an envelope full of glitter so that when they open it.
Yeah, because if you're like opening something, it's going to everywhere. Should have done that. But I was a nice kid and I was like, thanks.
Yeah, I would have been like, oh, what? Okay.
Thanks so much.
I'm going to be mad later when I understand the full...
Yeah.
Meaning of this.
Then as I got, I was like, no. Because I think my sister got like $100. And I got $100.
Then she gave $100
money.
That is so late. Did your sister give you any of her?
No, I don't think so.
God, you just got chipped.
I just got shafted there.
Oh,
that's the way life goes. And then I grew up and helped my raise my nephews. Not raise, but like I babysat a lot for my nephews and stuff. I don't think I paid for that either. Just prepared me for having kids.
Your whole life has just been volunteer work.
Oh, pretty much. Yeah. And shoveling poop. Lots of different poops. Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Digressing.
I have a lot of animals and a kid, so there you go.
Yeah, there's a lot of poop involved.
It's true. Mm. Okay, so back to the elements.
That's more of a nitrogen episode thing. We're coming back to the platinum group. Here.
So yeah, rhodium, rutherium, and palladium.
Palladium.
Like a platypus. So I think
we're all comfy.
Oh my goodness. Ooh. I personally think that we should do rhodium and palladium because they were found at the same time. And
by the same person.
Persons, actually.
No, I like to just talk about Wollaston.
Well, but Wollaston, we got to talk about Tennant because it was the same. That's... Yeah, osmium and iridium.
Okay, we'll talk about Tennant too.
Fine. But in 1803.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically the same stuff that we talked about with iridium and osmium and stuff. They were working with a platinum mineral alloy thing, and then they dissolved it in that aqua regia, which is the nitric oxide and something else. I wrote it down.
So it's
and
English chemist William Hyde Wollaston and Tennant. The name rhodium means rose in Greek because it was first extracted from a rose-colored liquid.
Well, the salts also that it creates are red.
Oh.
So it's rose salts. even though it's hard and shiny and silvery in
And the
regularness,
world's most expensive metal.
it is the rarest. It is, it's more valuable, well more than silver or gold. But it's the rarest of all non-radioactive metals. 'Cause
Right.
The radioactive ones are pretty rare.
Well, because
Thank goodness.
There's just radioactive chemicals everywhere, elements. Woo! Although it is suspected to be a carcinogen.
True, but what's interesting is that it's kind of non-toxic, but then also can be toxic. It's
Yes.
the rhodium is the least toxic of all the platinum groups,
Right.
as they tested on plants. Although plants are a little bit different than we are, but it is supposed to be less toxic, but can be, in some ways, carcinogenic.
Yeah, it's suspected to be so anyway.
Right, because there's not that much of it.
There's not a lot to. They're not going
oh.
to just take the little bits that they have and be like, let's test this out.
Exactly. So the one thing I thought was really fun about all three of them that we're going to talk about is the fact that our air is cleaner because of them.
Yes.
That's their biggest thing that they do is the used in catalytic converters.
Yes.
And I wrote down what a catalytic converter is.
Please tell us.
Because
I read that a million places.
I know. I was like, oh, it's a catalytic converter. It's a catalytic converter.
And I know what that means.
Okay, it's a catalytic converter.
I don't know what that means.
I need to go to my platinum notes to find that.
It breaks down rhodium especially is nitrogen oxides. It's really good at breaking.
Yeah, so some of the basically the stuff that comes out of the exhaust on in your car are terrible. So before catalytic converters were invented,
are they only in Cadillacs?
Catalytic.
I know. I was
Catalytic.
being funny.
You're so funny.
I'm not trying to be a dummy. I'm being funny. Although I'm sometimes a dummy.
Sometimes. So the catalytic converter, it's here we go. No, that's not it. It's like a tube-like structure that has the nanoparticle, like it's covered in either basically rhodium, palladium, or platinum, I think. And is it rutherium as well? I don't remember. I don't think rutherium is.
I don't think it's used as a
no, that one's
converter.
not. It's just rhodium, palladium, and palladium and platinum. But it's coated in those nanoparticles, and then when the exhaust fumes, the nitric oxides and other terrible things, go through there, they are attracted to those nanoparticles. And then through chemical bonding, once you have two things that combine into something new, it's new and it's something different and now no longer terrible for you.
Yeah.
So that's why we mainly have carbon dioxide and water coming out of our tailpipes instead of everything else.
Right.
Yeah. So good cleaner air due to these really rare metals.
And very expensive
And
metals.
very expensive.
Very, very expensive. It's also used for optic mirrors, optic fiber coating. Also used in some very expensive headlights.
Yes. Headlight reflectors.
And most white gold is plated in rhodium.
Yeah.
For the white mirror-like
it
finish.
reduces the color, basically,
Yeah.
of the gold.
And then I was like, oh, is that like rose gold? Huh?
But probably not.
No, probably
I
not.
don't
But
think so. I didn't say anything about rose gold.
I really try to be clever, and then Cindy's my realism she just slaps me down.
Just boom. No.
I'm like, is it this? And you're like, well, no.
No, I didn't see anything about that.
I didn't think so either, but I thought since it means rose and then it's put in
Well, it
white
makes sense
gold,
that it's a salt, but it's the salt's not the actual metal.
that's true.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah. However, I'll let you do. Do you have more? Because I have a few cultural things. About rhodium.
So we talked about they use it in the chemical industry to make nitric acid, acetic acid, and hydrogenation reactions. So all of these that we're going to be talking about are really good catalysts, basically that speed up reactions.
Yes.
So they're used quite a bit. The downfall is that it's really expensive, especially rhodium.
Yes. Especially rhodium.
Yeah. And they obtain, and again, most of these are going to be obtained through the byproduct of other refining other metals like copper and nickel. This is interesting. And some of these are called noble metals.
Yes.
So we have the noble gases, but the noble metals, because they don't react with oxygen easily. So it's a great catalyst. It resists corrosions and resists oxidation. So they basically don't like to react to things like the other noble ones.
Kind of like my jokes. They don't get a reaction.
I get a reaction.
Well, no.
I do all the time in class. I'm like, come on, guys. That was funny.
You're
I mean,
like-
even if it wasn't funny, it was really bad. So you can laugh at that.
Yeah, you can at least kind of just do a because it's like that was bad.
I knee slap myself.
Oh,
no, that was a knee slapper. Come on, guys. And then I'll get a laugh. But
yeah, you should teach second grade because they don't laugh because they don't get it, and you're
like,
just like, but ching,
ting, ting, ting.
and then there's like the one kid that like gets puns in the class, and they're like, oh, and you're like,
the funny.
I like you.
You are good. Let's see. So we talked about they use it in crucibles. They use it in thermal coupling elements, and that one came up a lot when I was reading that.
Thermal coupling.
Thermocouples, and a bunch of these platinum
Sounds like
groups.
some hot coupling going on.
Pretty hot. So I was like, "What the f is that?" So I looked it up, and a thermocouple is a thermoelectric device for measuring temperature, where two wires of different metals are connected at 2 points, and a voltage being developed between the two junctions is in proportion to the temperature difference. So basically it measures temperature.
Okay.
Through heat and things.
Through heat and things.
So they do that, and they use it in electrical contact material because of its low electric resistance and high resistance to corrosion. So a lot of things like that. And it's the rarity is 1 parts per 200 million in the Earth's crust. Super rare. Which makes it the most valuable thing
I mean,
around.
all of these are very well. I think palladium is the least valuable, but
yeah, but the rhodium is the most.
Yeah.
So they do alloy it with iridium.
Yeah.
Yeah, for oxidation resistant metals that withstand high temperatures. So in furnace stuff, pen nibs, which I don't know exactly what that is. Pen nibs.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yep.
nope, yep, I got that too.
Phonographic needles, high temperature thermocouple resistance
Same
wires.
thing that iridium and
those pen, the pen.
the osmium were
right,
used for, or the pen nibs, yeah.
Right. Electrodes for aircraft, spark plugs, bearing, and electrical contacts.
Because like they're super strong too.
Yeah.
Like and their melting point is like
Oh yeah, it's super high melting point.
redonkulous.
Ridiculous.
Like thousands
of degrees.
like 5,000 degrees was one of them.
Something crazy. They use it in pacemakers. Heart pacemakers.
Yeah.
An alloy of rhodium and platinum. Because a lot of these are like it's resistant to the bodily fluids that are inside you and the reactions that occur.
Right,
so
because they're noble metals and they don't react to any of that stuff.
resistance to most acids as well, most common acids.
Like
Obviously
my
not
acid reflux.
aqua regia, but yeah, your acid reflux. Like,
Won't
totally
affect
fine.
it. Put it in my throat. That's weird. Okay. I got a few cultural things.
Okay, I have one too, so we'll see if you have it first.
Paul McCarthy was awarded a rhodium-plated disc in 1979 for Guinness World Record for being the best-selling songwriter.
Oh, interesting.
So he didn't get a platinum disc.
He got a rhodium. Whoa.
Uh-huh.
Guess most people don't really understand why that's better though.
I know. People would be like, "Oh, rhodium?"
Like what?
I was listening to another podcast, and they're like, if you asked any man down the street, what's rhodium? They'd be like, I have no idea. And he's like,
sure.
you ask any man in a lab coat down the street, what's rhodium? They'd still go, no. But I guess there was like a big
Interesting.
movement in the 60s with like rhodium and rutherium and palladium.
Right.
And they're like, find more uses for this. So a bunch of chemists were like, okay. And then like,
Rhodium covered disc.
well,
Yeah.
so
I
like
mean,
most people don't really
if you
know how
understand,
important,
right.
or not important, but how valuable.
right. Yeah, it's valuable.
My
yeah.
brain like stopped.
She's very pregnant.
I'm so pregnant.
But relating to the Beatles, which is really sad. I was reading in People magazine that
Here's our cultural connection.
so Ariana Grande
Yeah.
just tied the Beatles for having the number 1, 2, and 3 songs. And I was just like, what? Like that's not
Thank you, next.
exactly. And that was the quote in the thing. It was like, thank you, next. And I was
And
like,
we're
oh
like,
my
thank you,
God.
next artist.
Like,
Thank
no,
you.
this is not. No, there's not an equate with the Beatles.
There's
Okay. moving on.
also a Japanese chemist who's a I almost said Pulitzer, Nobel Prize winning chemist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure exactly how this is done, but rhodium is used in creating, making methanol, the minty flavor of chewing
Oh,
gum.
really?
Yes. The chemist's name was, I'm gonna butcher this, Ryoji Noyori.
Sounds good.
Ryoji Nori. He, because you can't, like, they were extracting it from plants.
Okay.
to make that minty flavor. But like
Okay.
that takes a lot.
Right.
But they were actually able to do it, and it probably is through catalyst form, getting, taking something similar in the air and
pulling it out.
and pulling
right.
it out, and
Yeah.
so you're able to make a chewing gum that you love to chew.
Interesting.
Thank
by
you.
using rhodium as
a catalyst.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He discovered that, and he figured out. I don't think that's what he wanted. No. For chewing gum. Well, I don't know.
It's
A lot
pretty
of people-
popular.
I don't like it. I love that you hold your. When she coughed, she like held her microphone way high into the air, like
would you
like
like me to
Statue
cough
of
directly into it?
No, but like Statue of Liberty, man. Like now she's kind of like dabbing.
Well,
Just don't
there's
hit
a lot
me.
of dabbing in my house.
Oh
my
my
6-year-old,
gosh.
and that's just all he does.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I had to ban flossing from my classroom.
Oh yeah, he flosses.
I literally was like, "You do
do.
not. You will pay me with your prize tickets if you floss." And so they like tell other classes, they're like, "It's banned in our class.
Go do it in the
This
recess.
castle doesn't like that we floss." I'm like, "Cause the
The stupid dance.
only thing you should be flossing is your teeth."
That's true.
Because some of you can't do it, and it just looks
Just
like you're
look
gyrating
awkward.
next to me.
I can't handle.
I can't handle it.
Yeah, that's
Although
understandable.
I have attempted flossing myself.
It's a little difficult. To
And
do.
it's a little.
Yeah,
It
you do
takes some
fast.
coordination.
Yeah, I mean you can do it slowly.
Well, you kind of start slow.
Yeah,
then you get it,
Get it fast.
then- We're okay. We're way off subject.
Yeah. So did you have? I have another one. If you don't.
Oh,
you have
I
one?
don't. I'd love
Okay.
another one.
So the symbol for all the elements have a certain symbol, visual symbol that
Yes.
they use.
Yes.
The visual symbol is a rose,
Right.
obviously, but there was along with the dot rosa mi apibus, which means the rose gives bees honey, and it was used by the Rosicrucians, a 17th century secret society.
Oh.
I don't know what they did. I didn't do that research, but some secret society.
Not
use
so
that.
secret anymore.
Not so secret anymore. They're probably not
Mm.
around anymore, but no.
If they are, they're coming for us.
They're all coming for us now. Dun, dun, dun.
If we no longer produce any podcasts, you know what happened to us.
the Rosicrucians.
I think that's all I got for rhodium.
Yeah, I was saying that it's rhodium, platinum, and palladium that's used in the cars, but rhodium is by far the best
By
removal
best.
of
Best Buy.
because it removes the nitrous oxides. It also is a great oxidizer of hydrocarbons and carbon monoxide. So that means all that's left is the carbon dioxide. And it's resistant to the poisons that are in the exhaust.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's super expensive.
So that's the problem. Is that
So I think platinum is used more, and palladium.
and palladium.
But yeah.
It's just funny
Oh.
because like
Mhm.
here's some really expensive, like we think of silver and gold as expensive,
Oh yeah.
but like these things are actually like helping us breathe.
Right. Yeah. It's like way more than just
And-
looking pretty.
Yeah. Although they are all shiny.
It is true.
Mm.
Beautiful. There's a new use, this is very interesting,
Oh.
that I've read about. Swiss researchers at the Paul Scherrer Institute and the ETH Zurich. Well, I have terrible handwriting.
I know. I
Um,
can't read mine either.
So they found a new process where they're using the sun's thermal energy to convert carbon dioxide and water into high energy fuels. And so this new use combines some new combination of cerium oxide and then a small amount of the rhodium as a catalyst. And so what this is it's a major step towards being able to take the sun's energy and put it into chemical storage, which plants can do really well.
That
but can't do
actually, they're using palladium for that too. And since palladium is a cheaper version,
well.
it
maybe
it can actually kind of we're kind of at the end of our cheap energy
right.
age, and we're kind of getting worried how we're going to do that, and they're also doing that with palladium.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, if we could harness the
Can we
sun's
solve the
energy like
cheap
that,
energy
would be
crisis?
huge. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
been the big problem forever. Like,
Well, 'cause
sun's energy, huge.
Yeah, I know. Can we somehow collect it, obtain it? So
Yeah.
No, I saw that also with palladium.
Cool. Well, that moves us straight into palladium then.
Oh, let's go to palladium. Palladium. First off, named after the asteroid Pallas,
Which is named after the Greek goddess of wisdom, Pallas.
But wait, is that the Greek goddess of wisdom? Because I thought
That's what it said in my research.
that's what it said in my research. But what about Hera? Isn't Hera?
What was Hera?
I thought she was the Greek goddess of wisdom, or Hera? Wait,
Well,
Hera. Yeah.
Yeah, Hera.
Or no, Athena. Wait.
Athena. No, I think it's Athena.
Athena was the goddess. Hera was just Zeus's wife. Whatever.
Don't tell Hera that. She will
strike me
wreck
down.
you up.
She'll wreck you up. So while she researches that,
wisdom.
Pallas is
Go gadget Google.
Yeah, see,
Athena.
it says Athena.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the thing with Greek and Roman
There's
gods
so
and goddesses
many
is
different
like
names.
there's I almost said mini gods.
Mini.
There's little baby gods.
Yeah, well, because Athena is also the goddess of wisdom, courage, inspiration, civilization, law and justice, strategic warfare, mathematics, strength, strategy, the arts, crafts, and skills.
She was huge.
I
Should
mean,
we type in Pallas and see what it says?
Yeah. Let's see. Pallas. Greek goddess.
Pallas.
P.
Don't spell it like a palace. This is Pallas, by the way.
The daughter of Triton.
Ooh.
Son of Poseidon and messenger of the seas. After Athena was... Oh, okay. Well, I have to read this whole thing.
Okay, she's going to read. She's
So
going to do some stuff while I... So we were talking about how it cleans the air, and I've got a little thing to read about palladium in my periodic table little baby book that was for children. But I use it actually for a lot of my research because it's got a lot of good stuff in it. Page 77. Where are you, page 77? And I didn't want to copy it all down, so I wanted to say... Yeah, it says, palladium has an unusual chemical trick. No one knows exactly how, but at room temperature, this solid metal can absorb more than 900 times its own volume of hydrogen gas.
Yeah.
And is therefore used in the industry to purify gas. Yeah, and that's a lot.
Yeah, no, it's super crazy. That's why it's a great way to take hydrogen to be able to get pure hydrogen out of stuff.
Yeah.
By putting it through palladium. And in MIT, they used hydrogen-drenched palladium, and that it warps under shear, so it bends, almost liquid-like.
Whoa.
But that's less pronounced when it's subject to tension forces. So, like, you pull it like taffy, and they have no idea why.
I know, it's kind
really
of a weird. It's kind of a weird chemical.
But yeah, 900 times the amount is crazy.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. And there's also a close-up picture in my book of palladium, and it shows it's close packed and complicated cubic shapes of palladium crystals.
Mm-hmm.
And the metal itself can be hammered into shapes without cracking.
Yes, it's very malleable.
Yes,
So
malleable.
and it doesn't tarnish in air, so it is used in jewelry quite a bit, kind of like platinum is.
Yes, it's used in jewelry. It's also used in fillings and crowns.
Mm-hmm. I maybe have some in mine. I have lots of crowns. My teeth are terrible.
You're royalty.
It's true.
I
dental
don't
fillings
have
and
it.
crowns. Yeah, and again, the catalytic conversion for cars.
Did you learn anything about Pallas?
Now, okay, so after Athena was fully armed from Zeus's forehead,
Formed. It should say formed.
I think it says armed, yeah, formed. Triton, acting as a foster parent to the goddess, raised her alongside his own daughter Pallas. The sea god taught both girls the art of war.
Uh-huh.
During an athletics festival, Pallas and Athena fought with spears in a friendly mock battle, where the victor would be whoever managed to disarm her opponent. At the beginning of the fight, Athena got the upper hand until Pallas took over. Before she could win, Zeus, who was in attendance, fearing to see his own daughter lose, distracted Pallas with the aegis, which she had once shown interest in. Pallas, stunned in awe, stood still as Athena, expecting her to dodge, impaled Pallas accidentally.
Oh.
Out of sadness and regret, she recreated the palladium, a statue in the likeness of Pallas, and wrapped the aegis which she had feared about the breast of it, and set it up beside Zeus and honored it. Later, Athena took on the title Pallas as tribute to her late friend, which is why. So it's basically the same name. So she's Athena, but now I'm taking on the name Pallas because she is sad about her friend dying.
And
So there you go.
look at that. It was a statue that they called palladium.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that Greek story.
I did not either. So learned something.
There's
new.
your culture. Thank you,
Culture.
Wikipedia.
Bam.
Boom.
Boom. Let's see. Yeah, we already talked about white gold is the
Yes.
alloy of that because it decolorizes it.
Palladium's also used in laptops, cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about purification.
Mobile phones.
What was interesting
Oh,
about
it's-
palladium, though,
Mhm.
is that its discoverer, which is also William
Wollaston.
Hyde
Mhm.
Wollaston, he didn't immediately go and publish his
Oh,
notes.
He's like, it's called new silver.
Yeah, so he posted.
And this is in 1700. Oh, actually, no, sorry.
I was like, what?
In 1700, the Brazilian miners knew of a metal.
Yes.
And they called it oro padre, or worthless gold, which is not true.
On Padre?
Podre. P-O-D-R-E.
I was like, Padre means
No,
dad.
not padre. Podre.
Some dads are you.
Yeah.
Just
God,
kidding.
just
Just
kidding.
kidding, dads.
We love you all.
Happy Father's Day in like 6 months. Wait,
Yeah,
how many
so
months?
I don't know.
what
It's in June.
June.
Yeah, so only a couple.
The
That's
6th
okay.
month.
Yeah, so he named it as New Silver, trying to get some money out of it.
Yes, he posted like a anonymous thing that said palladium or new silver has these properties amongst others, and it like he posted a thing all over London,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, tried to make some money off of it.
Yeah, but then this guy Richard Shenevix bought it and declared that it was an alloy of mercury and platinum, saying that it was a hoax. And then Wilson was like, Wilson was like, wait a tick. And then he
Had to
revealed
actually-
himself as the discoverer of it and showed how he did it. And
Right.
then the thing. So he tried to get some stuff out of it and then
I just thought that was
called
funny.
out. Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I'm gonna try and
Make some
make some cash out of this.
makes sense.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. In the when it's used in the electronics and stuff, it's a lot of it's layers of palladium with ceramic.
Yeah, it's
It's
layered
weird.
with
It's like
ceramic.
sandwiched together.
Palladium, yeah, and ceramic are buddies.
Yeah, and this one's also it's a good as a catalyst for just as rhodium was for hydrogenation and dehydrogenation because of the fact that it can absorb 900 times the amount of hydrogen.
Can you imagine?
So you can separate and purify the hydrogen gas with it.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't like.
Diffuses through
And
it.
how did they even figure that out?
I don't know. A lot of it's accident. Like, oh, look, there's a lot of hydrogen going in there. Okay. Because it diffuses through the hydrogen when it diffuses through the palladium when it's heated. I don't know. They found accident. I don't know. I'm not sure how they did it.
Know how?
No
Science.
no biological role, and it is non-toxic.
Yep.
Mostly found in sulfide minerals. And again, commonly extracted, commercially extracted from nickel refining, also copper and zinc, just as rhodium was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's
Is that
the
still all stuff about palladium?
yeah. This is still palladium.
She has a
This
lot
is,
of notes.
Well, we already talked about the catalytic converter,
Right.
and the 900 times.
Yeah.
Oh, this one was cool.
The thing about this whole like these two podcasts, and platinum will be a little different, but like they're very similar.
Yeah, they have a lot of the same properties. Which
And
is
they
why they're
have
the
a lot
platinum
of the
group.
same purposes, and it's just kind of
Yeah. The if you want a really long-lasting photograph.
Do I want a
Yeah.
really long-lasting photograph? Why, sure, that sounds swell.
Well, call it platinotyping.
Platinotyping.
They
What's
use
that?
platinum and palladium salts that get embedded in the paper, and it's sought after because of the very matte appearance it has and the archival stability. If the paper is there, so will the photograph. Like doesn't degrade.
Because
Yeah,
palladium
it's not oxid. They are not.
is a noble
oxidative.
metal.
Mm-hmm.
and it's just gonna,
Mm-hmm. It's just gonna stay there
forever
forever.
and ever.
They
forever
can.
they'll be
It's
together.
biology inactive, but if you are allergic to nickel, you have a higher risk of being allergic to palladium.
Ooh, that's me.
Yo, so don't get palladium earrings. Just saying.
Okay. Or
Um,
fillings.
This is my favorite part. Oh, or filling. Yeah, that's true.
I don't have any
That would be
fillings.
You don't have any fillings?
No.
I hate you. Do you know how many fillings and how many crowns?
I mean, I have. I think
The
I
white-
was
the white
get
stuff?
the white stuff
Yeah.
in there, and a couple of them just to
protective-
prevent.
Yeah, I got that when I was little.
Preventative?
I still have tons of cavities.
Did you
My
have
parents-
fluoride in your water
Yeah.
as a kid?
Yeah. No, my parents' teeth are just terrible, and so therefore are mine.
We were talking about, my husband and I were talking about fluoride today, and like in the water,
Mhm.
and like how it's like been proven that like it's good for you.
Yeah, it's good for you.
So
A lot of people are like, nah. Like, no. Well, then have your teeth rot away. Go ahead. Like, I've been doing more fluoride treatments, and now my teeth are getting better, and I'm getting less issues. But I had a lot of
hurrah.
terribleness. This is my favorite part about palladium. Is the Iron Man's arc
palladium
reactor
or palladium?
Iron Man's arc reactor.
Is palladium?
Well, that's what he's slowly being poisoned by. It's keeping him alive. Remember in the movies, he starts being
Right.
that's
But
because it's being
wait.
leaked out of palladium.
Wait.
What?
How is he being poisoned by palladium if it's non-reactive?
Right, very good. So it's non-toxic. However, it can be toxic to the body. So, and they see like in rats, it decreases your heart rate and decreases blood pressure. So again, it's basically non-toxic, but if you're slowly being leaked into you, it can cause damage.
Was this in the movie or in the comic book?
I don't know if it was specifically, but the idea is he is slowly being poisoned by something in it. I don't know if they name it as palladium in the movies or anything, but that's what they say is from this research. It was palladium.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy, huh? There's some new Iron Man. No, that's not Iron Man. You're singing the song Iron Man.
I know,
but that's not that Iron Man.
They still use it in Iron Man movies.
Did they?
Oh yeah.
Oh. Okay.
They have to.
All right.
It's a song Iron Man.
In Brown University in Rhode Island, they found cheaper nanoparticles to use in fuel cells that last 4 times as long. So like even smaller nanoparticles, I think. So
anytime you say nano, I'm like,
nano, little.
I know what nano means, but anytime you're like nanoparticles, nano, micro, bloop, 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 I'm like, oh, science hard.
It's so little. It's hard to understand because they're so tiny.
I'm pregnant.
How can they even work? Well, that too.
Yeah. Anything that's like smaller than I could see, I'm like,
it's like
it
sure.
exists.
It happens. This one was cool. So they're using it's a catalytic converter, but for water instead of exhaust fumes.
Why do we need to catalytically convert water?
Very good. So I'll tell you.
You're treating me like a child. Very good. Now let me tell you.
So, you're just doing a very good job of
I'm aware.
Things along. No, so like if for example, like in dry cleaning stuff, there's the dry cleaning fluid that they use, the perchloroethylene, is very carcinogenic. So you have that left over from the process of dry cleaning. So then you can use this. And it pulls basically all of that stuff out. So the water can then be recycled, reused, or deposited in groundwater.
Oh.
So we could possibly work on many other compounds as well. So it would be a great water filtration, water purifier for all the terrible things that we put into water.
It makes sense because if it can purify hydrogen or absorb hydrogen, like
can take out a lot of those compounds.
And like, hello, what's a good portion of water is hydrogen. So. Not a good. Well, yeah, it's a good portion of it.
Right, but it's not taking out. It's leaving the water. It's taking out the other compounds. It's like the nanoparticles in the exhaust. It's attracting. It's the same process in the catalytic converter for the gases, in that it takes whatever the bad thing is, attaches itself to the nanoparticle.
Would they take the hydrogen out as well, and just leave you oxygen?
No. It's hydrogenation and dehydrogenation is a different process than with water. I don't know all the details of it, but
we're not chemists.
No, I teach beginning chemistry, not this chemistry. But it's interesting. It's a guy from
I expect you to know
a researcher, Wong from Rice University, and then DuPont, which makes sense because they do a lot of chemicals and carpets and things. Yeah. So that's what I got about palladium.
Are we on to
no? I don't. I mean, that's pretty good.
I basically have palladium. Be used for new energy? Can we solve the cheap energy crisis?
Ooh.
And then we talked a little bit about that. Basically how, the sun and being able to kind of harness that energy. So, and palladium would be better than rhodium because palladium is cheaper and more abundant.
That is true.
Oh my goodness. I have my cold has come back in this room.
You have just been sick this entire
life.
The entire pregnancy, really.
Yeah.
That's true.
The baby has taken everything from me. My brain, my immune system.
Everything.
That's just
it is a parasite.
It's a good symbol for life, for like being a parent. They just take
life.
They just take everything from you, and what's left is a shell.
I still say it is a parasite, and people get angry at me when I say that. But I called my son a parasite. It's literally what it is. I mean, it's a parasite that you want and that you can eject from your body eventually. But it is literally
eject from your body.
It literally takes the nutrients and other things from you to survive. So technically, it is.
Yeah, people are gonna be mad that you called a fetus a parasite, but I see your point, scientist.
I'm not saying it's a bad parasite. I'm
It's
just
a
saying
good parasite.
it's a good parasite.
It's a wanted parasite.
Right. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to see something negative, people. God. Anyway. All right. Rutherium.
Take a breath. We're fine. Moving on.
Rutherium.
Atomic number 44. It is derived from the word rutherium.
Was Russia.
Yes. So it's got a little bit of a history of discovery. So there's the Polish chemist that actually discovered it in 1808.
Oh, I don't have that.
Yes. And he called it vestium. But French chemists couldn't basically duplicate like his discovery. So they're like, no, it's just like it's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
And so he withdrew his discovery.
Oh.
Because other
like,
people
nope.
basically said, no, it's just
Kibosh.
platinum and whatever else it was in there. And so then in 1825, Gottfried Aussen unofficially found the three elements.
Oh, I said that was 1827. It's
I wrote
I have 1827 that Johannes Berzelius and Gottfried Aussen found it from the residue from the dissolved platinum in aqua regia. This is we found all the other platinum groups, but it was ruthenium oxide. They didn't actually get the ruthenium out of it.
Well, they actually, because there's
Rutherium,
three elements that they found in that he unofficially found when he was in. He's from Estonia.
Ooh, I know somebody from Estonia.
So that's why it wasn't discovered by a Russian, although the name Karl Karlovich Klaus in 1844.
Yeah, Karl Karlovich Klaus. He isolated it in 1844.
But he kept the name that
Right.
Gottfried Aussen. And it means Russia, but they basically mean that whole Eastern European, Estonia, Russia, Bulgaria kind of area. Yeah. So, and I think the reason, so the Polish chemist got it from South America. He got his sample from there, and it had platinum in it. And so when the French chemist tried to duplicate his discovery, they might have had a different example that didn't have a different ore that didn't have rutherium. I can't talk. Rutherium in it, and they were like, "Nope, you just got it wrong." And he was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna try and publish this if I'm wrong."
Man, that's stolen thunder.
Yeah, but you know what? Carl was good to him.
Oh yeah.
He kept the name.
Kept the name. So this was right. Yeah. So it's a shiny silver, but this one's, which is also probably why it's not used in the catalytic converters and stuff, because it oxidizes explosively.
Yes, yes, it's
a little bit more reactive.
Yes, the rutherium oxide is highly toxic.
Yes.
But
they do use those to coat anodes of electrochemical cells for chlorine production.
Well, I looked in periodic tables for rutherium, and there was literally nothing. They mentioned it once. They're like, so these are all some of the platinum group, and they named it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, I have much less information on this one too. They use it in chip resistors and electrical contacts because it's increased corrosion resistance, just as the other platinum metals. They use it as catalyst for ammonia and acetic acid production. Again, similar. Rutherium compounds are found in solar cells. And it is one of the most effective hardeners for platinum and palladium. So they alloy it with that to make electrical contracts for severe wear resistance. And they do use it in some jewelry with platinum. But again, it's no biological role, but it's very highly toxic. And it's one of the rarest metals. It is found uncombined in nature, but more commonly associated with other platinum metals.
But it's not as high of a demand, and therefore is cheaper than the other platinum metals.
Right, because it's also highly explosive.
And then in the
and they get them from the nickel refining.
In the 70s, they were trying, chemists were they put out a thing to chemists, and they're like, chemists, find a purpose for this cheaper metal, and
this one's easier, come on.
But nothing, they really couldn't. But it was used in I'd have to look it up. The discovery of the 2005 Nobel Prize in Chemistry, I think it was used. You're gonna look it up. I know this is true. I just don't know what they were using it for. But it was used in what was discovered in the 2005 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. And Cindy's on it.
These two guys.
3 guys.
Oh, 3 is Chauvin, Grubbs, and Short. For the development of the metathesis method in organic synthesis. Wow.
You know what? I'm going to pull up what I actually read from it so that I could...
Okay.
My mailbox? Oh, sorry. I saw an email or a thing. Where are you? So... let me look it up.
Made metathesis into one of organic chemistry's most important reactions. Fantastic opportunities have been created for producing many new molecules, pharmaceuticals, for example. Imagination will soon be the only limit to what molecules can be built.
Hold on. Hold on.
I'll tell you a side thing for the increasing corrosion resistance, which is one of its important things. As the most effective hardeners for that and alloyed that with to make the severe wear resistance. But if you an alloy with titanium, it increases the corrosion resistance of titanium by 100-fold by adding only 0.1% of rutherium. No. It's a super tiny amount, and it's like, dude, super corrosion resistance. So that's its kind of big fame to glory.
Basically, okay, it says here in 2005, they were awarded a Nobel Prize in Chemistry for the development of the
metathesis.
Thank you. Metathesis method in organic synthesis. This synthetic chemistry award was a real boost for the pot boilers. I think that's what they're calling it. I don't know. And which of the platinum group metals is it that it lies at the heart of Grubb's elegant catalyst system for this fantastically useful modern carbon-carbon bond-forming reaction?
Efficient metal compound catalyst for metathesis.
It turns out that it is a cool carbon complex of, I don't know. Basically, they wouldn't have been able to get this Nobel Prize in Chemistry without
so rutherium was part of it?
Yeah, it was part of it.
Okay.
I think it was part of the catalyst.
Right. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's more efficient, fewer reaction steps, fewer resources required, less wastage, simpler to use, stable in air at normal temperatures and pressures, and environmentally friendlier, non-injurious solvents, less hazardous waste products.
However,
step forward in green chemistry.
Do you want to hear a fun other little thing?
Sure.
One other little fun fact, and I'm going to open up my kitty book.
Fun facts.
Love my kitty book. Where is the page I'm looking for? 76.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay. This has some culture. What? At Yanartis, called the Flaming Stone, in the mountains of southwestern Turkey, there are fires that have been burning for thousands of years, and they inspired Homer's fire-breathing monster. Is it the Chimera?
Chimera.
What? It's a CH.
No, CH is chimera.
Jerks.
Oh, yeah, I'm explaining the English language to my 6-year-old, and he's like, "But why does it do that?" I'm like, "I don't know." Because it does.
We are a hodgepodge of so many languages.
Yeah.
The flames are caused by rutherium in the rocks, acting as a catalyst to burn methane. So, how cool is it that it's this
fingerprinting?
Yes, but I'm guessing it's the same thing as iridium and
osmium.
I keep wanting to say Ossian, which is
Ossian.
Awesome. I'm guessing because I think it's actually really toxic as an oxide.
Yeah, so the rutherium itself isn't, but its oxides are terribly toxic.
They're probably again fingerprinting. They were like, let's use it. It works. Oh wait,
it's terrible for you. Okay. Everybody's dying.
So, but there's literally in southwestern Turkey, there's just fires that are just burning and burning, and it's because
such a kind.
It's because
such a good catalyst. Yeah.
Yeah. Although there's places in our country where there's fires just burning and burning and burning, but that's because of coal. Haven't you heard there's in West Virginia there's
it's just
there's little coal veins.
Mm-hmm.
There's towns where there was a fire and it's just burning. It caught on fire in the coal veins, and I think there was an earthquake that exposed it, and then
there's
They're just like, we can't put out the fire.
We didn't start the fire.
It was always burning
since the world's been turning. I can sing that whole song.
I'm sure you can.
I love Billy Joel. Okay.
So
Well,
I
that's
think
it for those three.
I think that's pretty much it. There was okay. So this is what we take away from this podcast. Here's 3 metals that no one really knows much about, and then they're shiny.
Yeah.
They're rare.
Rare, but really good for our air.
Rare, but for our air.
So, I mean, I think that's the most important thing right there is just like we don't even realize it, but every car that's on the road is made better
because of these
interesting metals.
3 metals.
And they're awesome properties.
Isn't that cool, guys?
What? Science.
We did throw a lot of big words at you that I didn't even know what they meant. But you know that Paul McCarthy has a rutherium plated
Yeah, I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
disc. Thank you, Guinness Book of World Records. We now know that Pallas was Triton's daughter and that Athena went by Pallas afterwards.
After killing her.
Oops. Ruh-roh.
It's Zeus's fault. This is always
Zeus is
terrible.
he's such a
terrible.
jerk.
He is.
He is. I mean, there's many reasons, but that's
go
just
into
one
that.
of them. Like, I don't want my daughter to lose.
Hey, look at this.
Oops! Look what I can do. Oh, you. Oh, you
So sorry you died.
Too bad.
Stupid Greek gods.
Or smart Greek goddesses.
This is true.
All right.
All right, so next week we'll do palladium.
Yep.
That's its own special thing.
It has to have its own episode. It's shiny.
Shiny and expensive, but not as expensive
Expensive.
as rhodium.
Yes.
Right.
I had to go. Wait, which one?
Right,
Yes.
no, right, yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
All right. Well, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you want to yell at us via email, you
Or
can
say
do
nice things about us.
You can email us at
elementalfunpodcast@gmail.com.
thank you.
Welcome.
And make sure you subscribe, tell
And
your
like.
friends, and write a review.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any.
I don't think so either. Someday we will. Someday we'll do it.
Someday we will do it.
No, someday we'll
Have one?
Yeah.
Be the first person. Be an
Do it.
innovator. Go for it.
Peer pressure. Do it.
Thank
you.
We'll send you something. Why not?
Okay.
What?
What?
I don't know.
All right.
We'll figure it out. If you leave a review,
Some glitter envelope.
maybe no. I was thinking more along the lines of like a little video that we could email
Oh, okay.
or something.
Okay.
Or, I don't know, we could make something that says Elemental Fun. I kind of want a t-shirt.
Here's our hodgepodge. We'll figure out something.
If you leave a review
leave
and
a
like us
review.
and subscribe.
Okay. But only then.
All right.
Okay.
Stay curious, and you'll be listening to us next time.
That's right.
Because we won't see you.
That's right.
Or hear you.
That's right.
But maybe we'll see an email from you.
That could happen with my eyes.
All right. Bye.
See ya. A testing.
So if you were an element, what element would you be?
Oh. I don't know. What about you?
I want to be iridium.
Iridium's pretty cool.
So I could just be shiny and pretty and not really have a purpose.
Shiny.
Because I'm so shiny.
Mm.
I don't know the words.
I do. But not right now. I'm still trying to think what element that would be. I'll have to come back to that. There's so many to choose from.
Get back to
Maybe
me.
neon.
Ooh.
Flashy.